Alright, you're welcome to my channel. I'm Kingsley here, and today we'll be making this simple flower design to celebrate International Day of the Girl Child. So I actually made this design on PixelLab. As you can see, we are already on the interface of the app PixelLab. So what we'll be doing is I'll just be starting everything all over. You can decide to use the square size, or you can just adjust it a bit. So the width I use here is 1108, then the height 1280. So now all we need to do is we go to the defaults to start the process all over again. That's what we'll be doing. So we reset the image size. Remember, the height is 1280, then the width is 1108. You can choose to make it a square. So before let's bring in this is the design. So this is the design I made. I'll be doing that. But before I start the whole process, I would like to give a credit to the original design idea. This is the original design idea. I got this from Pinterest. So the original design is one made by ODGDesigns. I decided to make some few adjustments, but as you can see, is from this I was able to replicate this. I just made some changes based on the model image and the font and all that, but this is where I got my design from. So let's delete it and get straight ahead to business. As you can see, our design is looking very malicious. So with the color of the background, it's not going to be a pure white. You can choose to use a gradient, but I just want to pick one color or pick it from the original design. That is the idea of this, picking it from original design. And that's that. Then we're going to bring in the background image I used for this. This is going to be a quick one, so please make sure you follow through to the end. Let's bring in the background that was used for this. So we'll go over to our texture. Don't worry, like I said, I'll make all the resources available in the comments section. So yes, where is that? Yes. So this is what we'll be using. 2 minutes gone already, and like I said, I wouldn't want it to take much time. So let's take this to the back. Then opacity, want to reduce it to the BRS minimum. We don't want it to show very well. This is okay. Lock it. Learn to lock your stuff so it doesn't interrupt with your work. So the first thing we'll do is we'll bring in that shape, that circle shape. That circle shape, we'll bring it like this. Bring it like this. And we want to centralize it. Bring it to the center. And let's leave it like this. So now we'll bring this to the front. So what we do here is this shape is white, so you can't see it. We're gonna use not you. We're gonna use a gradient color. Let me see all the color. No, the gradient. So this is the gradient color I used. It's always advisable that I use the darker one outside and the lighter one inside. But I want to start all over so you get idea of how I was able to get this. So what we do is you come over here to the top. Come over here to the top and you select this particular one. You select it. So now with this, you pick one of the color and you go over here, click your pen icon, and we select the one that is a little bit darker. And we'll select it. Then we'll go over to this one, the one at the middle. Then we'll select it. Then we'll click the one that is much more lighter. Okay, did I select the right one? There you have it. So I'll have it, you can see, looking as clean and simple as you can imagine. Then we want to bring in the text and say International Day of the Girl Child, making it white. International Day of the Girl Child. Day of the Girl Child. Okay, let's just write this. International Day of the. We made the color white because of contrast. Make it white because of contrast. So what we do now, we'll go over to the font, and the font we'll be using here, we'll be using a stylish font. So the font I use here is Study Case. So you can see a study case, you can just search for it. And size, let's do this. If you're okay with that, or you can reduce the size like this. Then the next thing is, let's still copy this. Write girl child. Let's write girl first, increase it. This font is still nice, but I want something bolder, so I had to use this one, Click Cheese. All these fonts, you just go ahead and download it on Google, re-download. So use Click Cheese because I wanted it to be bolder. So that was the aim, that was the goal of this. It's International Day of the Girl Child. Align this to the center. Then you copy this. This time you write child. You write child. So what you want to do now is, okay, we are here to lock our cycle. Let's want to increase it a little bit. So still increase it a little bit. And there you have it. So now we're good to go. Bring this to the front, and we bring in the image, the model image please of the child. So this is it. I will make all the resources available in the comments. I already said that. Just make sure you watch to the end, because there are certain things I say and do that if you miss it, yeah, you miss it. So try and watch to the end. So we'll have this way. Then we'll just work on it a little bit. Ideally, when you want to work on your image, there are tools you can use, like trying to remember the name. But for you to use Pinterest, just don't go overboard. There's a way you can do some editing and it will not be nice. So just do some little, adjustments, so that your image will pop out a little bit. Because once it's too much, you miss the essence of what you are trying to achieve. Because then, even after designing, there are apps you can still use to do some editing. So now we've done this, we'll copy this child. Copy. What are we going to do with this? You see that effect I added there. So the color, we want the color to be transparent. So all you need to do is come over here and click it. Then you drag it all over to this last point until it is transparent. So we'll just drag it all over here and it's transparent. Then what we'll do is we'll add a stroke. So you go back to stroke, add a stroke like this, but we want to reduce the width to 2. It shouldn't be much. So, and you have it this way. So now you can see our work is now looking very nice. Lock your stuff, so there will not be any interruption. So we've already made so much progress to this point. Then what do we do next? Let's go over to let's browse for it. So we'll just search for it. We call it Diamond Star, or what's it called? I think. So this is it. So this is what we do. So this, you reduce this. Don't distort it. When you drag from here or here to distort the image, so just use this point and drag and reduce, so the image is not distorted. So you just reduce it. So the color, we'll pick the color from the image that the clothes she's wearing. That's where we'll pick the color from. So you have something like this, and that's the color. So you can still work on it, but for me that's okay. All I need to do is add a stroke. The stroke can be 2, it can be 1, whichever one you're okay with. So you just do that. Push it. Then you copy it. Then this one you copy, I think you reduce it a little bit. to bring this to the front. Then the other thing we need to do is bring in that this paper plane. This is called the paper plane. It's called the paper plane, like Telegram uses it. So it's gonna be like this. So you have something like this. Bring in that other. Let's browse. Go back to our download. That was it called? Trying to figure out the name. This, yes, this young one over here. This. But for this one, we'll rotate it. We'll rotate it like this. Take note of whatever angle you rotate it to. So rotated it to, okay, let's make it 15 because the text there will also rotate it to that. So the International Day of the, then we'll copy the same font, study case. Then we'll just write October 11. October, Oct for short, 11. Because that's the day this event is celebrated. Then the color, of course, you want to use a dark color. So whether you go for black or anything, then you want to reduce it a little bit, then you rotate it again. Rotate it so you see the idea of details, right? So you don't just rotate it one angle and it doesn't fit into that box. So the size, let's make it 40. 40 is appropriate for it. So it sits, see how it sits there very well. It sits okay there. Then the only thing is, let's still bring the child to the front. Then still bring this other text to the front. And there you have it. So we are almost done with our work. We're basically done with every other thing. Bring this to the front. Our design is now set. The only thing is we want to work on the socials and the logo. So let's have this. You can just use maybe Montserrat font for this. And you write, because this is the company I did it for. This is Travels Limited. You can use this, or you can use, you bring your grid lines to guide you. You can use this, or using Travels. Then what's the other thing I put there? Put in the site, copy. So using Travels.com. I'm not sure this is the exact one, I'm just putting it. So we have this way. Then you just, all you need to do is you put in this one, you put in the website icon. The other one, you put in the socials. You put in the socials. So I will allow you to do the rest. Put in the website, then also the socials. Thus, I believe I must have shown you this font. It's called Social Cycle. So let's assume I want to put Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Let's bring this to the middle so that I can see it. So we're going to search for the font. It's called Social Cycle. Social Cycle. So this is the font. So let's assume now I want to use this. Let's assume I want to use this. So this is this. Then the other one, you don't look for the website. The only other thing I need to do, bring in shape. This is this last thing I think we'll be doing. Then the radius, we'll just make it, then the opacity, reduce it. Well, we'll only be using the stroke. So, and the stroke here, we'll just make it 1. And you have it that way. Copy it, then put it for this website. So now with the idea of this, we'll have to shift this, hold them together, already shift it. Then still using your grid line, because the idea is to use your grid line. You are done. The only thing, I won't be sending you the logo, so you can just use whatever logo you want to use for this tutorial. I've shown you everything you need, the basics. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. It's just a 15-minute tutorial. I won't be sending you the logo. You just use any logo and put there. Then you save your image. So let's assume now, I can delete this. Let's assume now we save this image. Always save as ultra, then save as project. So let's assume I've done this. The only thing I need to do is I'll put on my data now. Okay, my data is on already. I'll go over to this app Snapseed. I'm sure I edited it after designing it. I edited it. So just edit it, do some few stuff, and sometimes you save your last edit. So since I've edited this app, this is what we call last edit. So the effects I used for the last one is stored here, but I want to do this all over so you have an understanding of how we do. So this is the current work. There's different ones to use, but the ones I use commonly is this pop and accent width. But make sure when you're using it, check the image. Does it still come out nice? This one, it still comes out nice, but I'll still do some work on it. Let's assume we use accent width. Look at it. You want to make sure your design is not kind of bleached. You understand? This is not the result we want. So you can decide to work with the current, how it is, then do some other stuff, or you go with pop. Then let's say we go with pop. Still click on tools, come over here, details. Then you still do some little adjusting, so you can see. Just make sure when you're doing your design doesn't look too bleached. We want it to come out nice, but there's a way to come out. It will not look very appropriate. You understand? So we'll just make the structure maybe 25. Just work around it so you get a satisfactory result. And this sharpening, based on this, I can just say yes. So let's export. You save. So now we'll go over to my file manager. We're done with the tutorial. I just want to show you these two things so that you have understanding now. So let's go. Let me go over to my file manager. So you see our recent files. You see the two recent files so that you understand the difference within the work. So now this is the one we just did. This is the one we did on PixelLab without any effect. So you can see how it looks. You can see everything. Then this is the other one we edited. So you see the difference. This one is with PixelLab, no effects, and this one with Snapseed. You can see the adjustment. You can see the difference clearly. So thank you for watching. I remain Kingsley Wankwo, and I will see you in our next tutorial.